am genuinely excited about this one because it's got such a wide range of genres and music that it's not just pop music from, 2016 was great and it was just like lots of the same kind of pop, or like obviously doing Arctic Monkeys is the same artist. So this one is really exciting to me because it's just so all over the shop. There's stuff as well in here that I don't know. So I think that's even more exciting because I am a know-it-all.
I agree. Not that you're a know-it-all, that there's stuff in here that I don't know. But I completely agree. I'm very excited. I've forgotten what I was going to say.
It's happening. We're going in.
We're going to get whiplash today from the different genres that we've got going on.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm excited for.
I think that's going to be super fun. Hello then, friends. This is... We're really bad at doing these opens. So, hello, friends, and welcome to your number one. The podcast counts down to your favourite song. This week, we are going into the longest running UK number one singles. Are you excited?
I am. Mainly because I've had a little sneak peek at what number one is. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it?
Nope. And I love that.
It's exciting when it's new to you, isn't it?
Yeah, because I want to know why.
Yeah.
I want to know how it has beaten some of the other songs on this list that people are probably thinking are going to be on the top 10 and they're not.
Yeah, take your guesses in the chat because I think this is going to be really fun for all of us. If you are new here, hi, I'm Kay. I'm a DJ and presenter.
Hello, I'm Naomi. I'm a presenter and a radio producer.
And as we said, we will be counting down the best of the UK number ones, the longest UK number ones.
Yes. And some of them are like double digits in the charts.
Correct. And there's a little caveat that we have for you as well is that, yes, we do know that some of them will not be continuous number ones. We are aware. We have made it very aware to you guys as well. So before any nerds come in the chat and tell us, oh, that actually was only number 5 weeks or whatever, we know, it's not a problem.
But it's still impressive. Even if they were in it for 5 weeks and then out of it and then back again, that is impressive.
Yeah, and it's still going to be the longest, whichever way you look at it. Yes, it might have been in number one and then missed the week and then back into number one. They've still racked up the most amount of number ones. So whichever way you want to word it, whether you want to say they've got the most amount of weeks at number one or the longest time at number one, they are still the longest. I don't know what you want from me at this point. It is the longest.
It's what the stats say. It's what we're going for.
Yeah.
And also what I will say about this episode, there are so many fun facts in this episode.
This is very much the stuff to talk about at the pub.
We've decided the marker for when we know this podcast has made it is when one of you gets a pub quiz question correct based off of something that we tell you.
Yes, please. If this ever happens to you, honestly, please let us know. We will give you a prize. That will mean that we have done our jobs properly.
Yeah. Because we're just like two girls sat here watching your comments come in. Like, if you tell us something fun, we're going to squeal. We're going to love it.
We love it. Also, shout out to those who are in the comment section of our chat as well, letting us know when we've got something wrong. I didn't realise, like the other week, Harry Styles' Fine Line, I think it was, had a video of him running around Italy.
Also, lots of people were laughing at the fact that you said Harry Styles was on Pop Idol.
Look, I'm old. I told you this. I'm old. And Pop Idol and X Factor are like one and the same in my brain. And if you are not old, Pop Idol was this thing that ran for a couple of years. It's the reason why Will Young is famous, which you probably also don't know.
I remember one season of Pop Idol, and that was Will Young and Gareth Gates.
That was the episode.
Yeah, and I really wanted Gareth Gates to win. And then I fell asleep when they announced the winner, and then I woke up and my brother was like, Will Young won, and I was like, you're lying.
It was such a big deal. It was such a big deal back then. I was always a Will Young fan, and I love Will Young. Ollie met Will Young at Mighty Hoopla once.
Hey, this is a complete sidestep question. Who's the most famous person you've ever met?
I don't really know. This is so bad because I can't.
I hate that somebody asks you a question. You're like, I've forgotten what my own name even is.
Well, who's the most famous person that you've met?
Okay, so I would have had a very different answer up until very recently. But a few months ago, I met Priscilla Presley.
Oh, my days.
She was like the gentlest woman. She shook my hand. She's the softest little hands.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
She was incredible. And this was, if you don't know about the Elvis Festival in Porthcawl, we won't go into it, but just have yourself a little Google. Biggest Elvis Festival in Europe. And it was like a week after that. And Owen Money, who is very Welsh, telling Priscilla Presley about this Welsh Elvis Festival. She was like, okay, that sounds insane.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
But yeah,
I love that.
So now she knows that festival exists. I tell you my most hilarious celebrity encounter though. When I was at uni, Big Nasty did a gig at my uni, and we were just like hanging around after the gig ended, like finishing our drinks, whatever, like figuring out where we're going to go next. And then this man from his team was just like, "Do you guys want to come back to Big Nasty's like Airbnb or wherever we're staying?" We were just like, "Yeah, okay." So we ended up just going back.
It just took you out on a house party.
We just bundled into this blacked out van. We were like, "Oh, we could be getting kidnapped right now."
But you went to Big Nasty's afters.
Yeah,
that is something that people would pay for.
Yeah, and I just want to say to you, I've never touched drugs in my life, so like no judgment to anyone who has, but that experience as someone who doesn't do drugs was really entertaining.
I love Big Nasty. I think he's ridiculous.
He's
and
so
brilliant.
funny.
What a brilliant human.
It was really funny and really random.
Amazing. I just realised I met Charlie Simpson twice. Once I asked him, oh wow, I wasn't expecting that reaction. That was good.
He was a childhood heartthrob though.
First time I ever met him, I was with my friend Karen. She is what I used to call a professional stalker. Was quite happily just stood outside of the gigs trying to get pictures with people. We met Charlie Simpson in the corridor of the Students' Union because he was playing for Fight Star. And we went, oh my gosh, you're Charlie Simpson from Busted. And he went, Fight Star at us. And we were like, oh, okay. And then he was like, do you want a picture or whatever? Because we were just sort of hanging there. And we were like, yeah, cool. So I have a picture with him. And then he said, do you want anything signed? And I was like, I don't have anything. And then Karen pulled out a packet of digestive biscuits. And we got him to sign a biscuit. And we went straight home and like varnished it.
As in, you got him to sign an actual biscuit?
An actual biscuit.
Not the packet of biscuits?
No, the actual physical biscuit.
And did he sign it Charlie from Fight Star?
He just did a scribble. We actually ended up taking them to Metros at the end of the night, but that was like a whole other story.
Just giving out biscuits.
I've also met someone on this list here, Marty Pello from Wet Wet Wet. He was in Chicago in like 2008, and I saw him at the Millennium Center and had a picture with him with Stalker Karen.
Stalker
Karen went by, and she'll think it's funny. But she used to be really good at like waiting around and getting pictures with people at stage door. So yeah, he's in the list. Wet 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 is going to obviously be in the list. I think a lot of you will know that they were in the list, but
which song and where?
I love this.
Do you know what's so funny? It's like, since I've known you, Kate, you're like the most chill person ever. You're like, yeah, I'm not cool. And then you'll just come out with like the coolest story I've ever heard in my life. And I'm like, what?
The funniest part is I don't think any of these things are cool.
They're cool for a small town girl like
Oh
me.
no, that's so sweet of you to say. Okay, so there are a couple of songs that didn't cut it that I know that a lot of you are going to be kicking off about that we really need to add into the list. So, Umbrella, Rihanna. I have had multiple people ask me about this song when I say that this is the theme for this week, and they keep begging me to let them know, is it in? Because in my brain, that was the longest song I think I've ever remember in the charts. Right?
Yeah, me too. Like, it was 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And in my head, it was number one for like 2 years. Like, it just went on for a really long time.
Forever and ever and ever and ever.
Is that Mandela effect thing where things aren't as you remember them?
Yes.
Is that what's happened with this song?
It must be.
Because 10 weeks doesn't feel like enough. 10 weeks in 2007.
And to put that in perspective, Driver's License, I don't remember that being number one for as long, but that is 9 weeks. Just one short of Umbrella. So you're right, it just constantly being battered to us saying that this is the one. Other ones at 10 weeks is also I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Nice.
Coinciding with The Bodyguard in 1992. That was 10 weeks.
And You're the One That I Want. Is that the Grease song?
Yeah.
Nice.
Again, coinciding with Grease. That was 9 weeks in 1978.
I mean, I wasn't around for that, so I don't know if it felt the same as Umbrella. But it does shock me that Umbrella is the same as all of those.
Right.
And this list, this actual top 10,
yes,
we have a few ties. How have we deciphered said ties?
So if there is a tie break, we will just go which one actually stayed in the charts for longer, then they will go up over the other song. We're leaving it at that.
We're the experts. Don't come for us.
Absolutely not our problem. My friend also messaged me saying you say not our problem quite often. And I appreciate the fact that you listened enough to know that.
I also feel like it's coming from a place of trauma because you're worried that everyone's just going to come at you.
I'm terrified of the geeks and the bots to come at me and say that I got things wrong. And I will get things wrong, and I am sorry. But I am terrified of being, like, truly wrong. Because I've worked really hard.
It's just music, innit?
It's just music.
It's just music.
It's fine. I'm going to read this from my own writing because I've got this wrong 4 times. There are 4 songs that are at 11 weeks, and there are 2 that don't make it into our chart because of the way we've decided how to bring them up. So the first one is Rosemary by Slim Whitman, which is a really old song. And if you ask people from way back when, they'll tell you that song was absolutely everywhere. It was kind of one of the most well-known, longest reigning number ones in UK history. And the second one is something quite recent. It's Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee featuring Justin Bieber. It's Despacito.
Oh,
Yeah. Don't forget there are 2 different versions of Despacito. There is the one without Justin Bieber and the one with Justin Bieber. And this is the one that is the longest. That's why I have to say everyone's name. Because they're all important. They're all important. Just missing out. How do you feel?
I do actually remember Despacito being up there for a long time. So yeah. I'm quite surprised.
Me too. I was quite shocked by this, and I thought, gosh, we're going to miss out on something really fun to talk about. But we've got top 10 to do, so we've got loads to talk about.
Quit yapping.
I know. You ready?
Do you know what's so funny is just before this we were talking about not yapping too much, and we've spent like 15 minutes yapping about celebrity encounters, which has nothing to do with this podcast.
According to the monitor, we've taken 23 minutes.
Okay, your number 10, longest running number 1, is Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran. First charted at number 1 in 2021 on the 8th of July, and this got 11 weeks at number 1. So the reason that this one has become above the other 11 weeks one is because it spent 114 weeks in the top 100.
Wow, that's a lot. 114 weeks is crazy stuff. This one was being off the top spot on the 17th of September 2021 by himself.
Oh,
yeah.
He beat himself. So his next single, Shivers, came out and took number 1. And that was the only number 1 for 4 weeks. But still, he dominated the chart in 2021 with those 2 singles. Good for him.
Crazy, right?
However, you could convince me that Bad Habits and Shivers are the same song.
Yeah, I'll let you have that because I also feel the same way.
Yeah. When I was just thinking about the 2 songs and I was like, wait, what's the difference? Being an ex-children's party entertainer, the kids love Ed Sheeran.
Do they?
Oh my God, yeah.
I love it when you tell me about what kids love to listen to because they are essentially what the teenage kids want, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Kids love Ed Sheeran.
I thought we all thought that Ed Sheeran was cheesy, but no.
I love old school Ed Sheeran though. Those first couple of EPs that he did. Oh, so good.
I love Shape of You. I love playing Shape of You in the club.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's not like his normal stuff. It's like more reggaeton-y. And I rate it. I rate it highly.
Is that the video where he's got Ron Weasley in it, or is that a different one?
The fact that made me laugh is brilliant. I have no idea. All I know is that it's 103 BPM. I can only tell you what it means to me in the club world. That's so sad.
I love how our brains work so differently. You're like, yeah, beats per minute. I'm like, Ron Weasley? Ron Weasley? My favourite thing is that Ron Weasley married Angus Thongs Perfect Snogging. What's her name? Georgia.
Did he?
Don't know either of their real names, sorry.
She's in that Maisie Peters.
Yes, and she put the
video.
olive costume on.
That made my heart full. That was really sweet. I don't remember the film very well, but the book is permanently ingrained in my brain. They were like the biggest teen book because we had Jacqueline Wilson, and that was great. And then to move from Jacqueline Wilson to something slightly older, that was the bridging gap for us as teen girls.
Yeah, although not to sidestep too much, but the content of Jacqueline Wilson's books looking back as an adult, I was reading books about girls like sleeping with their teachers and stuff. I'm sure there's one book where she like dates a teacher.
Why is that one? Or she was infatuated with him at least.
Yeah, and I'm like, that was Jacqueline Wilson. What was going on?
Anyway,
This is a music podcast.
I love our music podcasts about books. You know, that stuff. Anyway, Bad Habits is the lead single from the 5th album, Equals, because he loves to name all of his albums by signs, mathematic signs.
What colour was that one? Blue?
I'm sure it's blue, isn't it?
I think so.
No, that's Divide.
Wait, that's Divide.
Whoa.
Is it green? Dun, dun,
Da, da,
dun.
da. That was okay. It wasn't great.
Came on in the car on the way here.
Do you know what I mean? It was okay. It was good, but it wasn't great. Equals is the one with the flower.
Oh, it's red.
Mm.
Also, Azizam is Farsi, I believe, and it means my love. It's
Oh,
like a term of endearment.
That's really nice. I like that. He's quite clever with words, isn't he, Ed
Mm.
Sheeran? It was also the first solo release we'd had from Ed Sheeran in 4 years, which is why it's so popular. He was doing collaborations with other people that had come out, but like nothing huge from him. So I guess that's why everyone went crazy.
Yeah, I didn't realise he took a 4-year gap. That's quite a while.
Is that when he had his kids? Because he did
Could
take
have
a break when he had kids, didn't he?
We should just do an Ed Sheeran episode.
Do you want to do your favourite Ed Sheeran songs, friends?
Let us know.
Let us know.
I will judge you very hard.
We will judge incredibly hard. I think we should.
Yeah, because I know what mine are.
Do you?
Yeah.
What? No. Do
No,
I want you to influence?
let's not sidestep
Don't
into
want
this.
you to influence the chat though.
All I'm going to say is, and we've talked about not swearing in this, they say I'm up and coming like I'm fucking in an elevator, is some of my favourite lyricism of all time.
That is insane. I've never realised that. What song is that in?
You need me, I don't need you.
I'm not great with words. I think that I don't listen to words as much. But that's fascinating to me. I
Isn't
love
it?
that.
When you really deep it.
Really deep it. Whoa.
Anyway,
to promote the album, he projected the album artwork on the Tate Modern, which feels very bold.
yeah, that's extra.
It's very extra. I'm sure there's a reason that the group chat can come and tell me why. Maybe the artwork was made by someone fancy. Nominated for a Song of the Year at the Grammys.
Didn't win.
No, did not win. There's also a Bring Me the Horizon remix that we will definitely link in the show notes because that seems such a strange grouping of people.
Yeah, but I can see that working.
Some people say that it sounds a bit like Bronski Beats Small Town Boy because it's got the dun 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 in the synth parts, which does sound very familiar, but Ed Sheeran is very well known for getting into legal battles with songs, and we've talked about interpretation before in another podcast, and this is definitely not it. Ed Sheeran is very, very, very well versed on legally what you're allowed to do as music, and I think that for someone like him in 2021 to have something, he would have checked it 100 times before he put it out. But it does have that kind of vibe. It's very 80s. The more I thought about it, when I saw that comment on Discord, I was like, oh yeah, actually it is quite 80s, that song. It has got that vibe. Oh yeah, the songwriters on this track, you know I love a songwriter. Enjoy this. So the songwriters is Ed Sheeran, Johnny McCaid, who is a long-term collaborator with Ed Sheeran, and also a person called Fred Gibson. Do you know who Fred Gibson is?
Am I going to know who he is?
Oh, you are going to know. He is one of the biggest UK producers out there at the moment.
Is that Fred Again's real name?
It is Fred Again's real name.
I didn't know he wrote on this song.
No, nor did I. I love that though. What a great fact.
Yeah, I love Fred Again. I see all the videos of his concerts in London and I'm like, I wish I was there.
So jealous. But how mad is it he helped write with Ed Sheeran before he did his own stuff?
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very, very cool.
Your number 9 longest running number 1 track in the UK is Dance Monkey by Tones and I. Do you remember this one?
Do I remember? This is another massive kids song.
I feel like this is still around. This does my head in. I won't lie to you.
You don't like this song?
I'm not a fan of this
That,
song.
I think, seems to be a common opinion. I don't mind this song. I think it's been overplayed and that's why people don't like it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the problem with this song. Maybe how everyone thought about Umbrella at the time.
Yeah?
But I think that Umbrella is a better written song.
Would you sit and listen to Dance Monkey now?
No. Sorry. I was very... No.
No.
This one came in on number 1 on the 15th of August 2019 and then was consistently at the top spot for 11 weeks.
We've got a lot of tracks at 11 weeks.
Yes. A long, long time. It had 116 weeks in the top 100, which is why, again, it is above Ed Sheeran in this chart.
Not too much higher.
Nope.
Two more weeks in the top 100?
Yeah. This was huge, though, around the world. This, I feel like, is what I would call the first real TikTok song.
Yeah, I get that.
To the point where I felt like it was embedded in TikTok. Like you'd swipe up to make a video and this would be the first suggested song. I think it even is still in the suggested songs.
It's still knocking about, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
It just was here forever.
It's a really fun song to sing. I feel like it's a good karaoke song.
Yeah, I see that. That makes sense.
Because you can really belt it.
And it's kind of fun and it's not too hard. There's not many words.
A tiny bit clubby. Just a tiny bit.
Just a little, just enough.
Yeah.
Just enough to be clubby. This is also our only female in the top 10.
Whoa.
Mm.
Whoa. I didn't know that. And I've looked at the top 10.
Yeah, which I found really shocking. I thought there'd be more. I genuinely felt like there were more. This also only took her half an hour to write. She is the only writer, on this song. There was no one else. She produced and written it herself. And yeah, it took her half an hour to write it. She's an Australian girlie. This song actually stayed in the Australian charts for 22 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to disrespect a girlie because you're holding the fort for this top 10. But
absolutely.
I can see why it only took you half an hour to write.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. She's got other songs. I don't feel like we see much of her anymore, but she has written about 7 or 8 other songs.
I feel like I've got a couple of her songs on playlist, like random playlists on my Spotify.
Yeah.
Because she's got a couple of bangers.
I think she's got like a David Guetta or something, isn't she?
Yeah. But I suppose if she's Australian, maybe she just never really cracked that much more over here.
No. There is something recent that's come out, I think. So I'm wondering whether we get more from her very soon. But yeah, this was huge. It was also number 1 in over 30 countries.
It's a big song.
Huge song.
Like, we disrespect it and say we don't like it, but fair play.
I fully respect her and the hustle and the fact that she managed to create something that was so viral. But I find this more of a viral track than an amazing song that was well respected.
It's an earworm.
Earworm, yes.
Just get stuck. Before I say what number 8 is, it's only March. Do we have to give a warning at this time of year?
I feel like you might have to.
This is, I can't believe I'm saying this, this is your Whamageddon warning for March. Because your number 8, longest running number 1, is everyone's favourite Christmas song, Wham! With Last Christmas.
Yes. Believe it or not, this is our latest entry into the top 10.
Okay.
Despite it coming out in 1984.
So let me guess this isn't one of our consecutive number 1s.
No.
Because that means it's got to have been more than 11 weeks to beat Tones and I. But no, 11 weeks would be like November and January.
Yeah. Well, who wants a Christmas song to be 11 weeks in a chart? That's dead boring. You wouldn't want to listen to Christmas songs. So I find this really fascinating because a Christmas song would only be number 1 for 2 or 3 weeks and then we stop listening to it entirely. Like, we bin the playlists off, literally. So yes, this is number 8 longest running song. This was in for 12 weeks. It is an accumulation one. Had another 3 weeks at number 1 this Christmas, which is what pushed it into the 12 weeks.
Wow.
That's why it's here.
Wham have been playing the long game. Do you know what, though? I think if you can make a Christmas hit that comes out every year, you would be set for life.
That is a little joke between me and my friends who write songs. We've said before, all we need is a Christmas song. Even as a smaller artist, I'll walk into H&M. I used to walk into Topshop every year and hear myself through the radio. And I would never get plays on Topshop normally, but because we have a Christmas song, they would love it.
I didn't know you had a Christmas song.
I have a Christmas song.
Okay, this is a whole other lore we have to get into at some time.
I played in a band called The School, I Love You, and we have multiple Christmas songs because the idea is that if we made Christmas songs, we might go big and then we could leave our jobs. And so our Christmas songs have been featured on lots of things, lots of TV shows, lots of adverts, and most importantly, in River Island and H&M when I go shopping at Christmas.
Which is nice, really. Do
It's
you
really
get
lovely.
a little check from that?
I believe we do as a band. Yeah, Liz is the songwriter. I can't take any responsibility over that. I just play violins and shake some bells and stuff. But I love that we have something.
That's really fun.
It's really cute, isn't it?
Yeah, especially because there's not many big Christmas songs. Like, people get bored of listening to the same stuff.
Yeah. If you ever want to try and make some money, make a Christmas song. You've got all year. Do you know what I mean?
And the thing is, like, every time Christmas comes around, you have another shot at that song blowing up.
Yeah.
Like, you never know this Christmas could change your life.
Oh, 100%. You don't know when people will pick this up. For example, like this, you know, it did really well. Don't get me wrong. It was fine in 1984. It did okay, but it didn't actually chart at number one for years and years. This was just in the Christmas playlist era.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this one was famously a number 2 track for a very, very long time. This was one of those ones where, you know, the one that got away kind of track. So for a lot of people, you know, Christmas, it could be your moneymaker. Get on it.
Yeah. We will do a Christmas countdown at Christmas, but not now.
Not now. We'll definitely do one.
Yeah.
First released on the 3rd of December 1984, it was the double A side of Everything She Wants, which is an absolute slam. I love that song. It's one of my favourite Wham songs. So good. And then it was released as a single on its own in 2007. I'm just going to put this out there because the nerds will come out for me and tell me that they're technically 2 different songs, but it is the same recording. It is the same song that is being re-released as a single song. So it is counted as all of these accumulations together. I just, before anyone comes at me and say, oh no, it wasn't the double A side that went to 12 weeks, whatever, I'm not having it. I'm not fighting you, right? Not my problem. This is what's happened. It's the same recording, the same song.
You got the fear that the Wham nerds are going to come at you. I am
terrified, because if there's anything more terrifying, it is 80s pop nerds, because they know their stuff and they will come for me. And rightly so. Like, let them. But I did my due diligence this time, and I checked. I did research all the other stuff. Don't get me wrong. But like this one, I double checked. Famously a number 2 song for most of its time, it was kept off the top spot on the original release by "Do They Know It's Christmas" by Band Aid, which we talked about last week actually on the Arctic Monkeys song. Did not hit number 1 until the 22nd of December 2023.
My brain's trying to compute that. So it's racked up those 12 weeks since 2023.
Yes, it has been number 1 at Christmas since 2023 every single year.
Which makes sense. It's done like 4, 8, 12.
Yeah. It was actually written in February, though. It wasn't written at Christmas, and it wasn't recorded at Christmas. They actually went into the studio in August, and they decked out the studio in Christmas lights to make it feel festive. And George Michael actually did the original strike recording of this all by himself. He played every single part.
Good for you, George.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That he sang and recorded every single part himself. Just went, I'll do it.
Yeah. I'm always impressed when people can do that. Have you ever encountered like the George Michael aunties who just like still mourn his death like to this very minute?
No.
It's like the worst thing that's ever happened.
I know there's always like jokes in like TV shows where they're like, our George, and they mean George Michael. And I realise that people still really like mourn him.
Yeah.
I think it's really sad, and I obviously like really rate him, but I don't know about mourning him for so long. I do like people telling you about his secret little charity side quests. Have you heard?
Yeah, he seemed like a really nice man.
What's the one? Is it Deal or No Deal?
Yes, but I can't quite remember the details.
He heard that a lady wanted to pay for IVF and she didn't win her box, so then he phoned up Deal or No Deal and got the money to her, which I think is really sweet.
I just love the idea of George Michael sat there watching Deal or No Deal and he's like, I have to help that woman.
Right?
Like, that's really cute.
Apparently he did it for loads of stuff, which I think is really, really lovely. 115 weeks at the top 100, just to round off how amazing that song is.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Yeah, legendary. Your number 7 longest running number 1 in the UK goes to Ordinary by Alex Warren.
This is the newest song in the top 10.
It is the newest released, yes. So Wham is the newest in the chart in terms of getting to number 1, but this song is the newest release. Released on the 7th of Feb 2025 and got to number 1 on the 21st of March for 12 consecutive weeks. Knocked off the top spot for 1 week by Sabrina Carpenter, Manchild, and then back to number 1 for 1 more week, making it 13 weeks at number 1.
I love how Sabrina just peeped in there.
Just a little one.
I mean, I don't know a lot about Alex Warren. I know that he became massive on social media.
Yeah.
And that accounted for his rise. I saw that performance he did, was that at the Grammys, where his earpiece wasn't working properly?
My heart went out to him. That was awful. I thought that his battery pack had gone down, or the wireless, because he stood at the edge of the stadium, wasn't connecting to whatever it was connecting to, and so couldn't reach it, and so he couldn't hear. But for whatever reason, like, I can't think of anything more heartbreaking. That's so real. And he like powered through that, and I thought, gosh, what an awful thing to happen to you. And then they're going to strap you onto a thing and bring you into the air. That boy must have had the biggest cry afterwards, and rightfully so.
Yeah, like the biggest performance of your career, and it messes up so badly, and nothing that you can control. But he handled it so well.
So well, and then had to stand 13 foot in the air while Olivia Dean finished her song before he could go and cry. Wow, he's a hero at that point.
Yeah.
I do have beef with Alex Warren, though.
Oh, go on.
I do. So, Alex Warren released his album the same week as my friends Panic Shack came out with their album, and there was a very, very, very good chance that they were going to get number 1 UK album. It was real. It was so real, in fact, that we were watching iTunes chart, and they were hitting the top of the iTunes chart day after day after day, and we were just like, this is so close, this is so close. And then Alex Warren had released his, and we were like, oh my gosh, it's between you two. And he was really pushing for it, and I was like, forget about him, he's got money and people, and who cares about him, who cares about Alex Warren, like, you know, like, let's get these girls from Cardiff to number 1. We were so close. And then Ozzy Osbourne dies, and suddenly everything doesn't matter, because the whole chart, the singles and the album, was just flooded with Black Sabbath. Flooded to the point where they moved from number 1 to number 5.
Weird timing for that to happen. But
yeah.
I suppose at least now you didn't have that like fight with Alex Warren in the end, because it was just completely
In
gone.
my mind, I hated him
Yeah.
for that one thing only. They ended up being at number 1 in the vinyl chart, I believe, or the alternative charts. So their album did go number 1 in different parts of the chart, but I have imaginary beef with Alex Warren because of this situation now.
That's really valid. I don't know if you also know this, so this is only something I've been learning recently through TikTok, very educational sometimes.
Obviously.
So this is a big song that people want played at their weddings. However, I didn't know this, that they're really picky about what you're allowed to play at your ceremony. And I don't know, people can let us know, because I actually don't know if this is just if you get married in a religious establishment or if you also get married in a register office. But because there are a lot of religious lyrics in this song, a lot of places are rejecting it. So people want it as like their aisle song because it's really nice, but they're getting rejected because of how religious the lyrics are.
Oh, I did not know. I had a feeling he was religious. Both his parents died in a car crash, I believe.
Okay.
And so that kind of leans into why he leans into faith so much. But I didn't realise that it had a lot of religious connotations in the song.
Yeah, but I from what I understand, that again, this is something I've only learned because of this, I think any song that has any mention of God or any religion, they're really picky about you having
Wow.
at a wedding.
Alex Warren was pretty TikTok famous. He was also in the Hype House. Do you know what that is?
Against my will, yeah.
Please
I've seen.
explain.
Was there a documentary about it? It's basically like an influencer house.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Yeah, I feel like I watched some sort of Netflix thing about it.
He moved, apparently, I saw clips of the Alex Earl Call Her Daddy interview, and he like moved there when he was homeless or something, or he was running out of money, but he was doing really well at TikTok. So they brought him in, and you live with like other TikTok people and you collaborate. But like, I don't know why TikTok houses that idea. Content farms make me feel a bit icky.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel sincere.
It's giving modern day Playboy Mansion, but not as filthy.
Yeah. Well, it could be. We don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I have no idea.
Could be OnlyFans people. Who
Yeah.
knows? No, genuinely fascinated by it because he doesn't seem to be the same kind of person. Like, he's making quite real content. Like, I hate the word content, but like, he's making real art because he's making music. So I don't feel like he sits in that thing in my brain.
Yeah, and I think that's what contributed to him rising so well.
Yeah.
Is the story that he shared about his life and everything he's been through, and people just loved it.
This is a fun fact. He beat Elvis Presley to claim the longest running number one by a US male solo artist in 70 years.
Wow. And that's good going because people love Elvis Presley.
Love Elvis Presley.
Love Elvis. Like, a shocking
That's
amount.
another one that people mourn.
Oh my God, yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Final comment on how much everyone loves this song.
Mm.
This is currently at number 16 in the UK chart right now as of the 17th of March 2026.
And has it been in the chart since it came out?
Yes, so it's been in for 56 weeks so far. I think a lot of that is the reason why it's at number 16 right now is probably because of the Grammys and the Brits that we talked about earlier. He did get his redemption at the Brits. I thought he did very well, bless him. And yeah, obviously because of the wedding thing, I think that's also why people love it so much.
Your number 6, longest running number 1 in the UK. It is Bohemian Rhapsody with Queen. I mean, iconic.
It's not my favourite song. No.
That's fair enough.
Kind of annoys me.
Do you kind of get a bit annoyed with everyone doing the whole...
Sometimes I'm really into it, but for a time I really hated this song and I used to use it just so I could go to the loo, press play. It's 4 minutes 55, I just leave it on, just go. But it is a good song, like, don't get me wrong. I'm just like jaded because it used to annoy me so much.
Yeah, I feel like as a DJ you've got certain songs that just... That's so fair.
I can play this on the piano.
Can you?
Yeah.
You're such a woman of many talents.
No, I've just got ADHD. And I don't understand how people never knew that I had ADHD. I have done so many side quests. I'm a classically trained violinist. I became a stage manager for the uni. I ran a skate group for 4 years. I don't understand why people didn't understand why I have ADHD. I do so many things.
Do you still play any instruments?
I don't play them as enough. Yeah, they're all upstairs. But basically, I do stuff. Many things.
Master of the music facts, actually. So
I am Queen of Facts, as you've coined it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Speaking
of facts, let's talk about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes. Originally released on the 31st of October 1975. It is important to note that this is, again, a re-release and not a consecutive number one. The first release was a slow burn, getting to number one on the 4th week of its time in the chart and stayed at the top spot for 9 weeks. The re-release was after the death of Freddie Mercury in 1991. There was a double A side of this with Days of Our Lives, and that got to number one on the 21st of December and was there for 5 weeks. And it actually ended up being a Christmas number one.
Cool.
So I didn't realise that Bohemian Rhapsody was a Christmas number one. But that's quite a nice little fact.
So we're talking 14 weeks in total, 9 weeks to start with, and then the 5 weeks.
Correct.
Got ya.
It's a lot to take in. I'm so sorry that there's a lot of numbers. If you are dyslexic as well, just read the show notes because I will jump from number to number. It's probably better off for you. Or read the transcript. I will leave the transcript in the show notes.
You know that episode of Bake Off where James Acaster's just like, bon appetit? That's exactly what we do with these facts.
I feel. There's your fact. Bon appetit. Done. I actually own this one. This is another one that my mum owns.
This is the collection in this house.
I actually have 2 of these from this episode, which I'll keep for later. But this is my mum's. I'll do this for my mum because she'll be happy to see that I did keep your records, mum. And that is Bohemian Rhapsody. It's not in a case. Before anyone kicks off at me, I am sorry. I will put it in a proper case. I found it in a box that my nan gave me, okay? Don't come for me. They also write their names on it.
Cute.
Which is something that I realised that everyone did back then. So I can't sell it, so thanks, Mum. They were told that this would never be successful. It's 5 minutes 55, not 4 minutes 55 as I originally thought it was. But thanks to Kenny Everett on Capital Radio teasing the song on his show, he actually played it 14 times in 2 days. Like, if you did that now on the radio,
that's a lot of broken
you'd be in
radio rules.
trouble.
Yeah.
Because you do a lot of radio, so you know the vibe. This is not it.
No, apart from like the big A-list songs, because you'll hear songs like Ordinary, for example, is a good one. Like they'll play that multiple times a day, but otherwise playing the same song or even the same artist usually within 24 hours. Depends on the station, and they all have different rules. It's a big no-go, really.
Yeah, because he played it, people were going down to their record stores and asking for the songs. It wasn't actually made into a record yet.
Could you imagine this not being a massive song?
No, I can't even imagine life without it.
Yeah. It just feels like an integral part of music culture.
Yeah. I genuinely can't even imagine what it would do to not have this anymore.
And that just goes to show, if you're making anything, making music, art, and someone tells you it's never going to make it, just think about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Absolutely. And just get your friends to play it instead.
Yeah. Find a mate in radio who'll play it 14 times in 24 hours.
Yeah. Find your friend in radio. It's also the third biggest selling single of all time. And I think this refers to record sales, not downloads and things. Do you know what the biggest selling single of all time is?
That's a big question. No.
It is a song that came out in 1997. This was the second time it was released. It was to do with the death of a person.
Michael Jackson?
No, this is Candle in the Wind by Elton John. He re-released it after Diana dying, and he played it at her funeral.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I was kind of half expecting to see Candle in the Wind in this list, but it doesn't hit the numbers that the others do.
Sales, listens, downloads, completely different to number one is what we've learned.
Yes.
In 4 episodes of this podcast.
We're learning a lot about the process of the official charts and the iterations of the official charts, because we've talked about in the Arctic Monkeys songs, and again with this one, there are different iterations and the rules change quite often on what they describe is a eligible single or an eligible stream. That's the other one that was going to come up soon. Every Day's a School Day.
Every day is a school day.
Freddie Mercury played this on the same piano as Paul McCartney recorded Hey Jude on. I think that's really cool.
That is a cool fact.
Same piano that Elton John and David Bowie and Carly Simon have also recorded songs on. So there's a very, very, very famous piano out there.
A very expensive piano.
Yes, with probably some of the biggest songs of all time on, which is kind of crazy. Your number 5 longest running number 1 in the UK is Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. He is back in the chart.
And we talked about this song earlier and how it knocked Bad Habits off of number 1.
It did. This song spent 14 weeks at number 1 in 2017, mainly contested by himself with Castle on the Hill, which is one of the ones that you said you like older ones, right?
No, Castle on the Hill is a newer one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like that's old for me in my brain now. Is it because 2017 is 9 years ago?
Yeah.
All old now.
We're going to have a crisis.
He also had How Would You Feel and Galway Girl that were all trying to battle out for the number 1 spot of Shape of You. So, yeah, crazy.
And this is another one. So 14 weeks at number 1, but it wasn't consecutive.
No, this was knocked off the top spot by Harry Styles with Sign of the Times after 13 weeks, but then came in the following week to hit his 14th week.
Just Harry peeking in.
Just that one.
And then back out again, which is exactly what Sabrina did to Alex Warren.
Oh my gosh, yes, correct. So yeah, 14 whole weeks in total for Ed Sheeran, Shape of You. Huge song. I feel like this is bigger than Bad Habits. Like, I wouldn't even put Bad Habits in this list in my brain.
No, I agree. I think out of all the Ed Sheeran songs, it is a big one.
The numbers don't lie, it is the biggest, I guess. But yeah, Ed Sheeran is the only artist to have multiple songs with more than 10 weeks at number 1, which is this song.
And Bad Habits are number 10.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm surprised there aren't more artists, though.
Me too. I'm also surprised, but by now, reading Ed Sheeran stuff, that he doesn't have more.
Yeah, again, we said this of Harry Styles. He's competing with himself, though.
Yeah.
And this is what happens when they get multiple songs in the charts at the same time. They're just fighting it out with themselves.
Your number 4 longest running song in the UK is Love Is All Around by Wet, Wet, Wet. Do you remember this song?
Yes, I do remember this song. And I only learned very recently that it was a cover.
No way.
Yes. By a 60s band called The Trogs.
Oh my gosh.
And
I'm going to have to listen.
I learned this because I work on a request show where we play music from the 50s to the 90s. And so this is what happens, right? People text in, they go, will you play Love Is All Around? So I played the Wet, Wet, Wet version.
Of course.
And then our presenter who loves 60s music was like, oh, I wouldn't have picked this version. I would have picked the Trogs. And I was like, well, I didn't know. There was another version.
No way. I had no idea that that was actually a cover.
Yeah.
Until today. That is wild.
So many songs that people do not know are covers.
It's such a good song, though. You would believe that this is their song. They've definitely made it their own.
Yeah, 100%.
This is obviously the theme song for Four Weddings and a Funeral. This was picked for this movie specifically. This wasn't like the movie came and picked it. The movie came up to them and said, hey, we need a song. Let's go.
And they did it.
And they did it. It became number 1 on the 29th of May, 1994 and spent 15 consecutive weeks at number 1.
Now, I learned literally just yesterday, having a little research for this very show, why this stopped becoming number 1 after 15 weeks. And I am fascinated by this fact.
Must remember that this fact is really important, that it came in the 90s. This is something that wouldn't happen these days, would it?
No. So they just got so fed up. So I'm giggling.
Because it's funny, because it's mad and it wouldn't happen. This would never happen now.
No, so they got so fed up of hearing the song. Wet, wet, wet. We're like, we've had enough. We're bored of this song now. They deleted it.
They took it out of rotation, just removed it.
It's crazy.
Yep. They legitimately, you can go and check. We've checked, we've done our due diligence. It definitely happened. But again, this would only happen in the 90s. So they stopped production of the singles and they just removed it from shelves.
Yes. So apparently more of a practice in the 90s than we realise, because they used to do that to make people buy the album. Because if people really liked the song, they were all buying the single. Well, if they stopped producing it, people would then have to go and buy the album to listen to the song.
This song is one of like the all-time love songs. It's on every Valentine's Day playlist. It's on every movie soundtrack playlist. It is truly, truly iconic.
And in Love Actually, the I can't remember the name of the pop star in Love Actually, but he remixes this, doesn't he? As
He
his
does.
Christmas song,
which is brilliant as well. His video in it references Addicted to Love as well, with the girls standing there with like the straight faces and red lipstick and like moving side to side playing bass. And
that's good. That's
so
iconic.
Good. I thought this song was just incredible, and it's still fun. It's people say it's cheesy, but I don't think it's cheesy. I think it's brilliant.
It is, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Like there's good cheese, and this is it.
I feel like this could be like a end of wedding, like last song. Do you
Kick
know what I mean?
everyone out.
Yeah.
Turn the lights on.
It's cute. Your number 3 longest running number 1 in the UK is One Dance by Drake.
I'm impressed because we are only 4 episodes in, and this is a reappearance for the first time in a top 10.
Back talking about Drake One Dance again.
Yeah, a big, big song. So as we know, released in 2016, because we did talk about it in our 2016 episode. But in case you haven't listened to that episode, first of all, why haven't you? I'm not going to tell you where it was in 2016. You can go and listen.
Yeah, this was at 15 weeks at number 1. It was also number 1 in 15 different countries. Such a long, long time.
Now, there is a fact linked to this song that I don't truly understand, but my good friend and queen of facts will understand it. And it has to do with being the longest number 1 since download, something to do with downloads.
Yeah, it's the first longest running UK number 1 that includes legal downloads. And this is complicated, and I will always get a little confused about these things. So obviously you could buy stuff in iTunes. Downloads started becoming part of the chart in 2005, and then it was fully integrated in 2007. I think that means they also included other things that weren't just iTunes, because at the time it was just iTunes you could buy music from, but now you can buy from Amazon or other retailers. I don't really know where else they're taking it from. There is an addendum. I could probably give you a link if you really want it for the nerds. Umbrella would have been the other one that would have come close to it because Umbrella was 2007. So Umbrella would have been probably the first longest running until
it got knocked off.
One Dance beat it by 5 weeks. So, yeah. Which is crazy to me that we've only been doing downloads for 20 years. Actually, that feels like a long time now.
Yeah, it does.
Now I've said it out loud, that feels really, really long. But it does also show you that, like, out of everyone that's in the top 10, a lot of them are from older times as well. I think that's really key. There are some songs that are here that are surpass the time.
Yeah.
Which I think is really fun because otherwise it would be really boring if it was just TikTok songs.
It would, because you risk that otherwise, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Massively. Your number 2, longest running number 1, is Bryan Adams with Everything I Do It For You.
I love this song.
Yeah?
I love this song. It's a proper power ballad. This is the ultimate power ballad for me in my mind. It's huge and it starts off with a beautiful little piano and it's you know, it's a love story and everything, and it's just brilliant. And I think it is cheesy and brilliant in the same parts. It's so good.
A proper love ballad as well. We've got a couple of these in the top 10. People love a love ballad.
It's a love song that
I
you
wonder
love.
actually how much like weddings and romantic occasions contribute to that.
It must be massive because I imagine that this would be a lot of people's first dance.
Yeah. And Love Is All Around. That's a nice, like...
That's another first dance.
Yeah.
I could see that. This was released on the 17th of June 1991 and charted on the 7th of July 1991. This is your longest running consecutive number 1.
Okay, so our number 1 isn't consecutive.
No.
And how many weeks was this one?
16 weeks at number 1.
That's a long time. Consecutively as well.
Consecutive.
That's like, what, 3.5 months?
Now, when you think about it, compared to Umbrella, like, you would be sick of this song. You'd want to delete this one. Like, what? Just delete it. Just get rid of it.
Bryan Adams clearly didn't feel the same. He was like, no, this is a masterpiece.
I don't think he ever really cared about this song because this took him 45 minutes to write.
This is a common theme in so many of these episodes where they just threw a song out there and it became really successful.
Yeah. And I think this also, like we said before, we made a joke about writing a Christmas song or whatever. It kind of goes to say, like, there's a lot of advice in this whole chat for music, like, writers. Just keep writing because Tones and I was made in half an hour, you know. Wham! Last Christmas was made in a day. This was made in 45 minutes. These people are obviously very well accomplished songwriters, but they obviously like getting songs out day after day after day after day to make them get to this point where they can write a hit song at 45 minutes. This doesn't just come to them. They must be constantly writing. And I think that is a really good tip to take away as a songwriter, is just to keep writing because you never know. And for example, when we talked about Arctic Monkeys the other week, you know, Alex Turner took song lyrics from another song into another one that ended up being more successful than the one they took it from. Like, he never threw anything away. He just kept it and used it for a different song. Just keep writing.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it comes from, over time, you just start getting a trust in your own talent. Like, yeah, I can bash out a song in 45 minutes.
Yeah. I love that they did that. So it was written with Bryan Adams and his collaborator, Mutt Lange, who's also part of the band, after they were shown a video of the film Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. This film, by the way, was huge in the 90s. This was ginormous.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Have you not? You have to watch it. Proper classic 90s cinema film. I remember this just being everywhere and everyone being obsessed with it. Just easy watch, love story, bit of Jeopardy, the usual. However, the film people were not quite sure about the song. They didn't feel like it had enough lutes and medieval type feelings about it. They didn't actually put it in the film themselves. They just stuck it on the end when the credits rolled, but ended up being one of the biggest selling songs of all time.
I love that what happened is Bryan Adams was asked to write a song for a film. He really didn't care. It was like, here, have this.
Yeah.
this was 1991.
Yes.
And it's still to this day the longest consecutive number one.
Yes.
Nothing's ever topped that since
No.
1991.
1991. That's crazy stuff, isn't it?
I mean, what's it going to take to knock Bryan Adams off of that title?
I think we all need to have a bigger attention span.
Yeah.
I think that having lots of viral songs is the reason why we don't have continuous number ones. For example, the last one that we said was a continuous number one is Alex Warren, and that still got knocked off by a viral song that didn't do very well afterwards. Man-Child by Sabrina Carpenter didn't really go on to do crazy numbers.
Not one of her biggest songs, is it?
No, but it dipped in and dipped out. And, you know, that is probably the reason why we're not seeing massive songs past like the last 10 years. And then obviously 25 years for them to go really big.
Yeah, and I think the ease of access to music nowadays must massively influence how quickly people go in and out of number one.
Yeah. I also think there's a fundamental part of it being physical back in the day. Queuing up to go to Woolies and buying your record is also a huge part of why this is number one, because people would be saving up to buy it.
Yeah.
And picking it up from the shop. So there's a continuous stream of like people trying to buy it. Also, if it's really successful, it would sell out. And then you'd wait till next week for it to come back in stock and buy it. That continuous sale of product before you even think about the music, it's a piece of product, right? It's a record, it's a CD, it's a cassette, it's whatever. And I think that also created the demand for the song because you couldn't buy it. It was constantly being sold out.
Oh, the good old days.
The good old days.
The good old days.
This was actually nominated for an Oscar. So for the fact that the film people didn't even believe in it enough to put it in the movie and it won an Oscar, it was nominated, for an Oscar for the film. Like the film got an Oscar nod because of him and they didn't back him.
That's crazy.
That actually really makes me angry.
Yeah, I can tell.
Genuinely angry. It won an American Music Award, a Golden Globe, was nominated for 4 Grammys as well, and won one. It also won an Ivor Novello Award. So obviously, again, an Ivor Novello is for songwriting. It's rather than being popular, it's voted for by peers. So obviously people think it's a very well-written song as well. It's not just another viral song that's just catchy. It was also number one in the 1991 end-of-year charts for 14 countries.
Wow.
It was the number one selling single in 14 countries that year.
I truly did not know that this song was as big as it was.
It was huge. He also only has one other number one song, which I think is fascinating to me because he is someone who has huge songs. Like, you know, Bryan Adams is the guy when you say, oh, I want to play some like, you know, classic 90s rock and roll. He's got Summer of 69. He's got Run to You. I'm just reading some of them. Run to You is such a good song.
So what was his other number one? Surely Summer of 69.
Nope.
Was it not?
No. It was Don't Give Up with Chicane in 2000. So it was just him being on another record. But he had, honestly, Heaven, which was covered by DJ Sammy, has over 1 billion streams. Didn't get to number one. There's so many good Bryan Adams songs. I'm just shocked. I'm like reading through them and going, oh my God, how are none of these other songs number one?
Bryan Adams is just giving me like such a nonchalant energy. Like he didn't mean to make so many hits. He just did. And suddenly he's here.
Yeah, he's just here. He's just here chilling.
Okay, let's recap. 10-2.
Yes.
10-2. And then we'll tell you your number one. In at number 10 is Ed Sheeran's Bad Habits.
Number 9 is the earworm that is Dance Monkey by Tones and I.
Number 8, it's the UK's favourite Christmas song, Wham-a-Getting Warning, Wham with Last Christmas.
Number 7 is the internet sensation that is Alex Warren and his song Ordinary.
Number 6, the rock masterpiece, Queen with Bohemian Rhapsody.
Number 5, he's back again, Ed Sheeran with Shape of You.
Number 4, it's All Around Us, Wet, 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 Love is All Around.
Number 3 is the 2016 smash, Drake, One Dance.
Number 2, the longest consecutive number 1, Bryan Adams, Everything I Do It For You.
And finally, the UK's longest number 1 song, as recorded by officialcharts.com, is
Drum roll.
Frankie Laine, I Believe. This came out in April 1953 and got 18 weeks in the chart non-consecutively.
I've never heard this song in my life.
I had never heard of it until we did this chart. It is what people would now consider a standard. So it's kind of part of those songs from the 50s that everyone covered. By the way, this was very, very, very normal practice in the 50s and 60s for people to just keep covering each other's songs, so much so that you'd even have different versions in the chart at the same time.
That's weird, but in a cool way. Like, you wouldn't see that now.
No, that would seem bad manners or like ill-fitting to like do that now, but it's quite famous. Like, you know, a lot of the Beatles stuff was covered in their first times. Elvis Presley covered loads of songs, and all these kind of like older classics, they all covered other people's songs. So this song you might not know, but is actually famously covered by the likes of Louis Armstrong, Andy Williams, also Elvis Presley. Also Tom Jones does a cover of this that was actually quite successful.
We love Tom Jones.
We love Tom Jones.
Interesting. And this one wasn't consecutive.
No, this got to number 1 on the 4th week of it being in the chart. Its 18-week reign at the top spot was only knocked off twice, though. So once for I'm Walking Behind You by Eddie Fisher with Sally Sweatband, and on the 26th of June by The Song from the Moulin Rouge by Mantovani on the 20th of August. None of these songs I know.
No.
So apologies.
If you're a big Frankie Laine fan.
I'm sure you are. It's a proper crooner, like 50s, 60s crooner. It's that kind of like classic pop song, I think. So maybe ask your grandparents, see if they recognise it.
Also, if anything is going to get a quiz question, this is going to be it.
This is it. So if anyone wants to know what the longest running UK number 1 is, it is Frankie Laine, I Believe. Clip this, put this in your pocket. Thank us later.
Yeah. Because it's always the most unexpected songs. If you were to guess the answer to that question at a quiz, not knowing what the answer was, what would you put? I think I'd probably put Umbrella.
I would have put Wet, Wet, Wet because I knew that it was long. I didn't know before this that it wasn't as long, but I knew it was long.
Yeah. If they ask you consecutive, though, then it is Bryan Adams.
I also thought that I was really smart knowing that Wet, Wet... Like, I thought I would have known that answer because I thought Wet, Wet, Wet was.
Yeah.
So even the snobby people like me will get it wrong.
Yeah, even Drake being above Wet, Wet, Wet.
Blew my mind. I can't believe that. Interestingly, although he's American, it didn't do as well in the US. It got to number 2 in the Billboard chart, but only stayed for 3 weeks.
Oh, we must have just loved this way more here then.
You guys love Frankie Laine. 1950s UK, wherever you are. Just love.
Listen to it now.
Do it. Do you see what I mean by a classic? It's not rock and roll, it's just like a ballad. It's kind of White Cliffs of Dover type classic.
I can see why the ladies of the 50s love this.
Crooner.
Can I just say, if you're feeling down, right, I can't play you this because we can't, If you're feeling down, look up this song on YouTube. Look at the top search result. It's like got like 1.8 million views. The comments are really cute.
Oh, are they?
My boyfriend back in 1950 brought me all of Frankie Laine's records and albums, and we've been married for 63 years.
Oh, I love that.
I finally got my nana a smartphone and the internet for her 79th birthday. I introduced her to YouTube and she couldn't believe I could get any video or song she wanted at the touch of a button. She immediately typed in a song she hadn't heard since her teens. Frankie Laine, I Believe.
That makes me want to cry.
And less than 20 seconds into this video, she began to cry out of nostalgia.
I'll cry now. That's so sweet.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love that.
If you just want a good cry / something heartwarming, go and read the comments of this on YouTube because this is really cute.
Oh, that's so sweet.
This is not how I expected this podcast to come to an end.
I feel a bit bad now that it sounds like I've just dissed the song, but it's really sweet.
I don't think we've dissed the song.
I think we've all learned something today, which is really cool. I feel like some of the others have felt quite obvious, or like we've known a little bit about them, or we already know the track, whereas this is the first time I think I've sat back and gone, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to listen to these properly.
Yeah. And it really forces you to broaden your horizons of what you're listening to. I find that working in radio, like you get forced to listen to stuff and it really opens you up.
Yeah. And I think this is giving a really good like map of the popularity of the UK through the ages, because there's something there for everyone. You know, we've moved from the 50s and 60s straight through to like last year. I think this is really an important way to see what the popularity really love.
Yeah, it's a real like generational top 10, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been really good. I like this one.
I feel like you could make a little playlist of this and your entire family would sit and enjoy it.
Yeah, I love that. I will make sure there's a playlist for this one as well. I'll make sure you have something in the show notes. I will also make sure all the songs are tagged in the show notes for you guys.
You're going to get huge whiplash going from Frankie Laine to One Dance. But
yeah.
Enjoy that.
Enjoy the crazy car crash that is the longest running UK number ones. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. We have been your number one. We are back next time. I am very excited about doing a lot more of these. This has been fun.
Yeah, my brain is just getting bigger. I love that.
Yeah, it's very good. Thank you very much and see you soon.
See you next time.
Bye.